How's it going, everybody? So here we are breaking down the Alpha Flight kits for you. We'll talk ISO 8, we'll talk T4 recommendation, but just so you know, this is the very first time I've seen these kits. I have not looked at these at all. I've been super busy with my child's 5th birthday party, which was super fun. Thanks for everyone who was wishing him a good birthday over the last couple days. But this is going to be like a real reaction video with you guys, which I'm pretty excited for. We'll see how expensive they are on the T4s and what this team is all about. I literally have no idea what this team is about. So Wolverine, we have him as a raider for now, but who knows if that's what he's actually going to stay. Ooh, what was that? Look at that new graphic. That's a new graphic. That's beautiful. Is that... That's a skin. Okay, X-Men 97 skin. Yo! Alright, that's awesome. I dig it. I like that for sure. Alright, so let's see his kit here. He attacks the primary, he gets bleeds, he'll gain speed up in raids. Okay, interesting. Raid tag on Wolverine. And on war defense, he'll apply disrupt to the primary target. Oh, war defense. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, let's see the T4 on that one. That's the applying bleeds part. That's very powerful, especially if he ends up being a striker. So, his special, he'll attack primary target for 400% piercing. Applying 2 bleeds, he'll rebound chain to 5 targets. I love rebound chains. Applying bleeds, making a big case for striker here. Gain 100% crit chance on each secondary target that's attacking up, counterattack, or blocked. The T4 makes it a rebound chain of 5 as opposed to 3 or 4, making that an extremely valuable T4 and giving it 2 bleeds as opposed to 1 bleed. Very, very, very impactful T4. Not mandatory by any stretch of the imagination, especially if he's like the guy who's going to get subbed out. Losing Wolverine from the Weapon X team would also be a big blow to a lot of alliances. But that would be very, very valuable in the right circumstance. Alright, the ultimate. If this character's health is below 50%, gain offense up for 2 turns. Attack the primary target for 800% piercing damage. If Omega Red, Colossus, or Sasquatch is an ally, always gain offense up and clear death proof in the primary target. On kill, repeat this attack, targeting the most injured enemy? What? What? It's unavoidable, it cannot be blocked? That is not locked behind war. What? Oh, the double Wolverine ult? That's crazy. Okay, cool. Let's see that special. What is the T4 in that? That's the applying the bleeds. That's pretty impactful. But if we're trying to get like an Icarus style reset, maybe Raider's going to be the better call there. 800% damage piercing with a crit. Maybe that's going to be the way to go anyway, depending on how we can get to that ult. We'll see if he gets energy from somebody. Alright, so on turn, heal for 20% of his max health. When this character drops below 60% health, gain defense up and 2 death proof. While this character has 50% health, gain 100% block chance. On death, 25% chance to revive with 50% of his max life. He gains 5% speed per Uncanny X-Men or Weapon X ally. This is applied after the character's taking action, so no Alpha Flight tag there. And here we go. In raids and on war defense. While this character has death proof and does not have expose, this character and all Alpha Flight allies gain 200% resistance. I fucking hate that. Oh my god, I hate that. Stacking resistance on the team if they don't have exhaust is such a lazy mechanic way of saying you can't control me on the first hit, but the second hit is easy. I hope that's not the case here. We'll have to wait and see. On enemy death, prolong the duration of all negative effects except trauma, stun, and ability block on all enemies. Oh god. By 1 up to a maximum of 3. If this character has 3 or more Alpha Flight allies, enemies cannot gain stealth. That is a bonkers kit for a rework. I don't have his stats with me right now, but I'll have them pulled up on the screen for you guys so you can take a gander at that. Sunfire. Okay, let's talk about Sunfire for a second because this is a really, really good rework. Because this is a character that is needed for Apocalypse, so any way they can give him love is definitely something that I would celebrate. Any further reason to build him up. But once again, in these teams, there's generally one character that gets subbed out. After reading Wolverine's kit, I wonder what Sunfire would have to bring more damage and more devastation, especially with that resistance to this team on defense. Or maybe it's just going to be a quick cutter team. Let's find out. So his basic, attack the primary target for 320% piercing, apply 1 bleed per offense up on this character up to a maximum of 3. In raids, this attack gains 100% crit chance. It's just extra piercing damage on the T4, so not necessary there. His special, clear disrupt from self plus fill speed by 100%, gain 2 offense up to maximum of 5, gain 2 counter, apply offense up and counter to all allies, gain 5 ability energy, so that hasn't changed at all. His ultimate, attack all enemies for 200% piercing, apply defense down for 2 turns, heal block for 2 turns, gain 75% damage per offense up on this character, clear offense up on this character. In raids and on war defense, do not clear offense up. It is unavoidable. And the T4 on the special is to apply offense up and counter to all allies. That's a mandatory T4. And the ultimate is 25% damage per offense up. Remains to be seen if he's going to need that damage, to be honest with you. But now that I'm seeing raid tags, and remembering these guys are needed for the spotlight raids, this character can't really be subbed out in that sense anyway. So there's going to be at least some reason to build him up to at least gear tier 17. Alright, his passive, on spawn, gain 2 offense up, in raids, generate 6 ability energy for self and all. Okay, so yeah, he's not subbed out in raids, obviously. It's only in raids though. At the end of it, if that was in war defense and Wolverine was ult in turn 1, that could be really scary. Sorry, I keep going back and forth. At the end of this character's turn, gain 1 offense up. While this character has counter, gain 10% damage. This character has speed, gain 10% speed. Gain 30% resistance, unlimited gain 30% resistance. Okay, here we go. In raids and war defense. On enemy death, generate 1 ability energy for self and alpha flight. While this character has offense up and not exhaust, this character and all alpha flight allies gain 100% drain. While this character has counter, gain an additional 10% drain. While this character has speed up, gain an additional 10% speed. Sorry, not drain, damage. It's additional damage and speed. And the passive T4 is in raids and war defense while this character, so that's this part that we're reading right here. Definitely going to be a T4 mandatory on that as far as raids go. Again, I don't hate it. I don't hate it because it gives people who are still hunting for Apocalypse that extra value. And he's a character that people already have built up who did the Apocalypse journey. Already have my gear tier 17, ISO 4 or 5 if they got the big Apocalypse. So that's really good value. I'm not mad at that at all. All right, Captain Canada himself, the Guardian. Look at this goofy motherfucker in that pose. Dude, why are you doing Canada so dirty? Like, there's no ass there. There's no ass. Oh my god, there's no ass. Come on, dude. You have an innie for a butt cheek. Okay, anyway, let's go through the kit. His basic, Game of Generation, attack the primary target for 200. Oh, wait, first, let's look at the tags. He is a global tech brawler alpha. Okay, so tech. The other 2 have been mutants. So it's not going to, like, replace extreme because he's tech. All right. The basic, gain regeneration, attack the primary target for 280% damage, apply 1 defense down up to a maximum of 3, chain to adjacent target, applying defense down up to a maximum of 3. So getting some defense down out there, not mad at that. His special, apply offense up to self and all allies. That's going to help our guys out for sure, especially those bleeds from Wolverine. Making a really good case for Wolverine. Wolverine Striker here. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 300% piercing. Apply defense down for 2 turns and slows for 2 turns. This attack cannot miss and cannot be blocked. Cannot miss is important because that means, like, Weaver doesn't work there, right? Blinds don't work there. Interesting. It's not cannot be dodged, cannot be missed. So there's a lot of interesting interactions to talk about there. The ultimate, which is available turn 1, as is the special. Flip immunity on the primary target, then apply stun. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 260% piercing. Bonus attack primary and adjacent targets for 260. Feeling some good Raider vibes here. Flip taunt on each target, apply defense down for 2 turns. Gain 500% extra focus for this attack, and it is unavoidable. Love that. Let's look at the T4s first of all. Basic T4, not necessary. Special T4, defense down for 2 turns as opposed to defense down for 1 turn. I do like the multiple. That's like a very high value. Ultimate is just damage. You can pass on that one. Then the passive, let's read it first. On spawn, bury yourself and all allies for 20% of this character's max health. Apply offense up for 2 turns and regeneration to self and all allies. That's going to make them vulnerable to Skrull in a big way, isn't it? If they're getting all these buffs. On turn, apply assist now to 1 random alpha flight ally. On enemy death, apply defense down to all enemies. Gain 50% max health, as do his allies, the alpha flight. In raids, get an additional 50% health, as do the alpha flight. 50% damage, again, the alpha flight getting that as well. In raids and on war defense, this character is not exhausted. Here we go. On enemy death, bury yourself and all alpha flight allies by 5% of this character's max health. Oh, that's going to screw something like Undying over. While this character has regeneration, this character and all alpha flight allies gain 50% armor. And the passive is on spawn 10% of this character's max health as bury in raids and all that good stuff. So that's going to be mandatory. As far as ISO goes here, he's attacking primary and adjacents. He's doing a chain attack. He's attacking primary and adjacents here as well. I like Raider mostly because I really kind of want Striker and Wolverine so far. And Sunfire, it makes a pretty good Raider as well, giving those extra bleeds. Sorry, pretty good striker as well, giving those extra bleeds on his basic. So yeah, I think I'm going to be hedging my bets and going Raider on Mr. Guardian. Let's check his unique here. Gravitonium, or whatever this is called. Yeah, Gravitonium. Not a super high demand unique there, so not mad at that whatsoever. And being that he's a global character, is this going to be a Dark Dimension 7 pick? After getting through Dark Dimension 7 with Cabal, I don't think so. I think I just like Cabal in there. Alright, Sasquatch. We got a bio character this time, Protector, Alpha Flight. We're going to check the speeds at the end, guys. I want to see the speed priority here. So far, there's no, like, speed stat shenanigans happening because the Wolverine only gets it from Uncanny and Weapon X allies. So, Sasquatch basic. Attack primary targets in raids and war defense. Clear 1 random negative effect from self and all. Alpha Flight gains 1 defense and 2 turns of deflect. Again, this is so many buffs that Skrull is going to be getting. It's very interesting. Clear all barrier on all enemies. Attack the primary target for 350% piercing damage. Apply 1 slow up to maximum of 3. Reducing speed bar by... What? Attack primary target by 350% damage plus apply slow up to a maximum of 3. Plus reduce speed bar by 100%. Apply safeguard to self and all Alpha Flight allies. This is his turn 1 ability. We got to see the speed on these characters. Clear all barrier on all enemies. Attack primary and adjacent targets by 450% damage. Apply offense down for 2 turns to all enemies. In raids and war defense, apply trauma for 2 turns to all enemies. Prolong the duration of all positive effects on this character by 1 up to maximum of 3. This attack gains 500% extra focus. And then let's see that passive. On spawn, apply defense up for 2 turns and 2 death proof to self and all alpha. Skrull is getting a field day so far. On any turn, if this character's health is greater or equal to 70%, this character does not have taunt, gain taunt. When this character drops below 35% health, gain stealth for 2 turns. Apply 2 death proof, 2 regeneration to self and all Alpha Flight allies. On enemy death, heal for 5% of his max health, 50% armor to himself and Alpha Flight, 50% drain to himself and all Alpha Flight. In raids, 100% chance to a counterattack. In raids and on war defense. On spawn, if this character does not have exhaust, apply safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Alpha Flight allies. So that's very, very impactful. On enemy death, apply offense down to all enemies. So this is also when they don't... no, so this is everywhere. Not just if they have exhaust. So they'll still do this. 100% extra health, 50% drain, additional 50% drain to his team. While this character has defense up and does not have exhaust, gain 100% extra damage. Oh my god, that's a lot of damage. So let's go through the T4s here. 2 deflect on the basic. That's pretty impactful. He would get 1 otherwise. Applying safeguard to self and all Alpha Flight allies. Obviously, this is a mandatory T4 on the special. In raids and war defense, apply trauma for 2 turns. Again, obviously mandatory T4. In raids and war defense, 100% extra health. In raids and war defense, once character has defense up and doesn't have exhaust gain. Okay, he is a 3 out of 4 T4s. Like the basic, you may be able to skip on. Otherwise, I'm not so sure. As the taunter, maybe he could be a striker for the deflex, but with only 1 raider so far, I'm definitely not feeling that option myself. So maybe like a fortifier, maybe another raider. He attacks the primary here. When he clears all barrier, I wonder if that works like the Ebony Maw ultimate, where that could potentially put the raider crit out. His ultimate, he's attacking the primary and adjacent. So it is a turn 1 ability, so that's going to also give you a lot of crits. We'll have to wait and see. He could also just be a skirmisher, right? Just make sure he lands his stuff, all the slows, all the offense downs, everything like that, and then he gets vulnerables out. We'll have to wait and see on him. I'm not, nothing screams out at me. As far as his unique goes, he's going to be Gamma, so another Hulk-like character getting the Gamma radiation. Very interesting. Again, global, so does he make the Dark Dimension 7 list? I don't think so. All right, then we got Northstar. Again, global, this time a mutant controller. So we have a bio, a tech, and a mutant character. So this is going to be Spotlight Raids. We see the raid tag. I'm guessing if they have to give them raid tags, the Spotlight Raids is going to be a lot more impactful than what we thought it was going to be. And let's check him out. He looks pretty dope, actually. Not hating his kit or his appearance whatsoever. I have no knowledge of what this character is like, but he looks like he's a fast guy. So let's see if he's going to kind of switch up the speed, because right now Skrull looks poised to just like get a billion turns. I didn't see any anti-rewind stuff, so like Rewind City into maybe like a Doom ulting for Skrull to get a billion turns and just rip people apart. Maybe this guy's going to stop that from happening. All right, basic attack primary target, plus 25 damage per charge, so we're getting some charges here. If this character has 1 or more charge, play offense down to the primary, 10 or more charge, trauma to the primary, so he's going to get up to 10 charges. The T4 on that is the trauma part. Ooh, I'm interested. Is he going to be a striker and apply trauma here? Very interesting. And that is not behind war or raids. All right, the special, turn 1 possible ability. Primary target for 340, apply blind for 2 turns. If charged, rebound chain for 170% damage to adjacent targets equal to the number of charge on this character up to a maximum of 10. 50% chance to apply blind on each secondary target. That's nasty. In raids, apply +1 blind up to a maximum of 3 on each secondary target. So in raids, just that much more powerful. Counterattacks break this chain. This attack is unavoidable and cannot be blocked. Interesting. The T4 is apply blinds for 2 turns to the primary. That is situationally mandatory, right? We'll have to wait and see on that one. Ultimate, also available turn 1. Flip all positive effects, clear revive once on all enemies. Okay. Attack all enemies for 240% damage, 10% per charge. If he gets up to 10 charged or more, that's 340. Doesn't seem like a huge amount. We'll have to see his damage stat. Sasquatch gives 100. Okay, they'd have a lot of damage multipliers. Apply slow for 2 turns, disrupt for 1 turn, and prolong the duration of all negative effects, excluding stun, trauma, ability block. We've seen that twice now. On all enemies by 1. On war defense, clear charge on all enemies. Ooh, unavoidable. The T4 is going to do the prolonged negative effects part, but not the nasty debuffs. I wonder if that's actually mandatory. I'm not sold on that one being mandatory. All right, this is where we'll see if he is going to do a bunch of speed shenanigans. On spawn, apply 2 evades to self and all Alpha Flight allies. Clear all charge from this character. On enemy death, apply speed up to self and all Alpha Flight allies. So far, nothing. When this character or any Alpha Flight ally is attacked, gain 1 charge up to a maximum of 10. Focus resistance and more resistance to his team. In raids, this character and Alpha Flight allies cannot have their speed bar reduced. Oh, so it's only in raids. In raids on war defense, on enemy death, apply slow, so the Skrull could screw them up. When this character does not have exhaust, this character and all Alpha Flight allies cannot gain slow, but they can be turbulent rewind. When this character does not have exhausted, enemies cannot gain charged. Ooh. While this character does not have exhausted, gain 250% focus for self and Alpha Flight, and gain 25% speed stat. Alpha Flight allies also gain 25% speed stat. As far as T4s go, maybe he'll be a striker for this. We're going to have to have more vulnerables out there. And he's Luminium. Kind of feels like he could be a good striker if that's applying the trauma. All right, so let's check the speed on these guys. So they have 25% speed stat. What is his going rate already? 127. 127 with 25% speed in raids and war defense is not bad. I think they can still be affected by speed bar, though. I wonder if like a Skrull Eternals Doom Starlord comp is just gonna shit on these guys. I must have missed something. There's no way the developers missed that. I must have missed something. We'll have to wait and see. Let's check this speed stat on Sasquatch. I imagine he's slow. Yeah, 100 plus the 25 is gonna bring him to 125, so it's kind of normal. On Guardian, 120, so that's gonna give him 25% is what, 4 plus. Okay, not bad at all. No, I don't mind that. He's super fast like that. Sunfire, did he get a speed jump? Nope, still at 98. Yikes. Big yikes. And Wolverine, 117, I believe that is his base stat as well. Interesting, though I'm not sure I quite get it. I haven't tested them in gameplay yet. Excited to do that. Excited to share that with you guys when I'm allowed to do it. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this Alpha Flight team. Especially the ISO 8s. The ISO 8s kind of confuse me because I think we want Striker and Wolverine. I guess we could live with Raider on Sunfire. Striker on Northstar, Raider on Guardian, and then like Skirmisher on Sasquatch. It's kind of a weird one, right? War defense, though. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know that at the highest end of war, they kind of need like a war-only defense team. Hopefully I'm wrong. This kind of feels like Infestation, where the counter doesn't seem like it's that difficult to do. We'll have to wait and see, though. There is Safeguard on spawn with a bunch of buffs, so we'll have to wait and see. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave it a like, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, stay happy, have fun. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Stay happy, healthy, have fun, and I'll see you in the next one.